So here we go. Here's the most recent update on the yard slash surprise that we've been it's been in the making for probably 4 years. It's a dream come true, so stick with me in this video and then I'll be able to show it to you. But here's how the garden is growing this fall slash almost winter. As you can see, I decided to add some additions of some Florida friendly, pollinator friendly salvias and other flowers here to this part of the garden. And I've been seeing a lot of activity. We still have the native salvias, like the red one right there and the pink one in the back there, which is a happy giver. You don't have to change them that often, they just pop. And these I'm still learning how to keep them alive after a while. So if anybody has a tip out there, so I don't have to be changing them. Although it's fine to treat your garden twice a year with new plants. So, but if we could save them, let us know how we could do it. But we've been seeing skippers, butterflies. Today is a cloudy day, so there's not a lot going on this morning, but he made a beautiful addition to this little part of the garden. I had a Bahama cassia here before. He died on me. I guess it's a little cold, a little like too wet on this area of my garden, so I decided to see how it will work on this little pot. We will also make a design creating that little French cottagey design. Added some pollinator flowers on this side here. These are from spring, so they were a little sad. I guess they don't like the humidity that accumulates on the leaves, but now they're doing better. I trimmed all the dead leaves, left some open areas, and it seems like it's doing well. And then just added some additions to that. But scorpion tail popped right there. The cardinal loves that little shrub, and it's so cute. It has these little cute little tails. I don't know if you can see it. And one butterfly that loves that shrub is the zebra longwing. Holly is looking lovely. He grew a lot. It's probably 10 feet tall already. Has berries for the cardinal. Cardinal likes the berries on this tree. And it's doing great. The fire spike back here grew a lot. Has some nice flowers for the hummingbird. This is the purple one. Some panthers. My native blueberry. Look at that with new growth. This one is doing well. That one is a little sad, but still alive. So I guess they're enjoying the acidity that will come from this pine tree, which grew a lot too. My elderberry, look at this beautiful tree it turned into. So it's a cloudy day. Hopefully the recording will be fine. But this is how it's looking around this area. I added some vegetable gardening because this is the time of the year for vegetable gardening. And look at it, it's growing well. If you don't know how to grow anything here in Florida, this is awesome. Mustard greens, it's been giving me every year. So I saute it. There's so many things you could do with it. Time for peppers, eggplants, tomatoes. It's your time for getting those cold weather crops out there. I have some turmeric almost ready for harvest down there. And then I just give these guys a trim. This is the Walters viburnum. And he has a beautiful shape by itself. But since I have a limited space back here, I decided to trim them. Although they're not huge. And they are nice and rounded naturally. My salt pepper bush has been here for a while already. Bunnies heat it all up and comes back. So it's a great pollinator attractor too. Some stopper. This one is smaller than the one in the front, but it's doing well. And this is what happens with natives. The one that I have in the front, it was full of aphids, and I was a little concerned about it, but all of a sudden they all disappeared. And the plant grew, gave the berries, the flowers, full of bees, and it just thrived. Now again, this time of the year, there's some aphids there, but I'm sure it will be fine. Swirling, look at these cuties. They're doing well. Lovely shape on this St. John's wort. And again, fall flowers for your pollinators. Look at these cuties. Doing really well. Other salvias on this side. Kuntis. They're struggling a little bit here. We'll see how we do. But when you think they're dead, they start coming back. And the beautiful thing about these that I'm super excited and happy we made the decision is this. He looks pretty messed up. Not too bad, but we got Atala butterflies here this year in the summer. So they did their job. Didn't kill the plant. Just ate it up a little bit, but you'll bounce back. And this is how it's looking here. St. John's, spiderwort right here. Happy giver. Some rouge plant down there. Mockingbird loves it. And this is how this side of the yard is looking. Pollinator pot. I believe I haven't changed much in this pollinator pot. I don't know if I added the salvias, but I keep on trimming. And I added a Florida friendly one here. But everything else is doing well, growing, regrowing. I just gave it a big trim. It was looking laggy, but there it is. If you don't have a spot for a pollinator garden, make a little pollinator pot. Look at how beautiful. Going to some more contis back here. We'll see how they do. Now the pollinator pot with some forgot the name of this one right now. Gotta name my plants because I know all the names and then I forget. I have a dragon fruit producing right here. Another Yupon holly back here. It's the male. I wanted a female, but you couldn't tell because they weren't berries. I thought maybe it was young or not producing at the time. But it's doing really well. And again, you do need some male plants so you could get the berries or more harvest, more of the berries for the birds on the female ones. And then I have the Eagleson holly back here. And it does have the berries, so Mockingbird also loves it. And then fire spike right here. Always getting hummingbirds. Oh, talking about the Mockingbird that I haven't seen. Here he is on the Strong bark. Cutie. I just love seeing nature in the yard. It just makes my heart rejoice. He's just like looking at me. Hi, little guy. Yeah, so he loves the berries. And the hummingbird is constantly coming to this fire spike. He's probably waiting on me. There you go, to get the berries on the Eagleton holly. He loves those berries. There he is. You got some food here, huh? In the winter / fall, right? No seeds for you, just like berries. Lots of berries. And he likes all berries. He likes the rouge plant. He likes the berries from the holly. He likes the berries from the Bahama strongbark. He loves this bird pepper right here. He's happy with it. He hasn't gone to it this year yet. That's why it's full. We could eat this from this little shrub. So it just popped there. I had it in another place. It's happy there. We're leaving it there. The hummingbird is always coming to this fire spike right here, and then we added some additional supplement for it. Easy to make. Clean it out every so often because it gets moldy here in Florida. But 4 parts water to 1 part sugar, and that's it. And then you get hummingbirds. Then I have a rose here. Planted some kale. I have a rosemary that is doing well on this side of the yard. My hibiscus hibiscus, I guess. They're not doing that great, but again, Florida friendly. Maybe to the spot. They flower, and then there is a flower back there. So it all depends, I guess, on the time of the year. But the good thing about natives is that they thrive. When Florida friendly, sometimes you have to. Ooh, there's my friend, the hummingbird. He's always coming. Look at that cutie. So he enjoys the fire spike, and he's been enjoying. I just changed the feeder, so he's been enjoying the feeder too. And I forgot to show just on my trellis what I have growing, but I have a beautiful coral honeysuckle which behaves so nicely, and it's flowering. Another great addition for hummingbirds. Look at these little bells. I've been seeing bees around here too. This is a native passion vine, a corky stem, and another one. And bees love it too, and get a lot of caterpillars, and then the birds eat the caterpillars, especially the lizards eat the caterpillars. So I don't know what to do with the lizards. We do have a lot of invasive lizards here in Florida. If anybody has any suggestions on how to get rid of them without getting rid of the birds. There's one up there. Let's see if I can get him. There you go. And they eat all the caterpillars. A constant fight. So peppermint just get rid of birds too, so I don't want that. There's another. I'm so happy, wildlife is enjoying our yard. There's the mockingbird again. I was thinking it was very strange that he wasn't coming, and he's back. And he's so funny because he says this is my yard, and he kicks out every other bird from here. Kicks out the blue jays and the cardinals, and it's funny how he chases them. But there's food for everybody, don't worry. Another fire spike back there, fire bush back there that I have. Again, wanna have hummingbirds. These are really good. And now for the surprise. Actually, before that, just want to show you this vegetable container too. I have broccoli doing well. Always the broccoli. And funny, this side is better than the other side, so I must be getting more sun here. More mustard green, purple cabbage, some lettuce. Love the new power food. And I've been growing it for a while already, every year. In soil, watercress. So try it. It work. Some more herbs right here. I do wish dill would grow better in the summer for the butterflies. And it does, but only a certain time of the year. Some basil, more tomato there. I think that's Everglades. Pepper, trying for the first time. We'll see how it does. Because, cucumbers. Can't have any luck with zucchinis or cucumbers because of pests. And I try as much as I can not to spray anything. So, this is how this is looking. And I have another bed back here. Gotta plant this basil. But planting more lettuce and kale, collard greens. Oh, duck. Never get papayas. We'll see. This one just popped there, and I'm gonna keep it there and see how it does. But now for the grand surprise. The thing that I dreamed of the most. Couldn't think it was possible because of the HOA. But you work with your HOA, you let them know the purpose of your changes, make a beautiful design, and then you'll be surprised. But added some more coral honeysuckle right here to this little trellis. Another fire spike that I got from the other one, and just stick it to the ground, and it's growing well here. More food for the hummingbirds. Another fire bush here. A tomato just popped in my walkway. I'll leave it there and see. But I've been updating you guys on how this is looking. And this is when we started to bring the pathway towards the front. Have some edible trees right here. And as we go towards the front, I made addition and got rid of a lot of the grass, and everybody just loves it. But here we go. This is our new addition to our garden. We're so happy that we'll be able to bring more wildlife and help more pollinators and not fertilize or throw herbicides and pesticides in the grass to keep it green and protect our lakes, canals, and then rivers and ocean. So there's so much you could do, but we're so happy that we could do our part. And everybody just loves it. We've been an inspiration for our neighbors here. They want to give it come in and get a tour. So I can't wait for all these to grow, and you have an idea how things are looking in the back, how the tea bush, Malakia temerosa, is doing there, and how it's gonna look here, as it grows, and the mealy grass, and Walter's viburnum right there, here. You can imagine the form, how it's gonna take and fill this space out. We love the Eagles and Holly. It's a practical little tree. It's been doing well in the back, not a lot of disease. Smaller scale tree, and we're excited how it's going to be a refuge for the birds to just land on and eat the berries and maybe nest. We had this is not a native, but We had the mockingbird nest on this shrub right here last year. So we're just in awe that we could bring wildlife to our house. You know, it's very gratifying then to know that you're giving back and you get back. So we added kuntis. That one I changed. Cocoa plum got a little sad, but it's still alive, so we'll give it a little chance. More schwarlings, dwarf hollies right here, so you can imagine the shape. I left my bird of paradise, which has a nice shape, contrast to the other things. But look at this pathway. It's settling in well. One grass pops here and there, I gotta say the truth. But you know what? You get a more natural grass killer. And I just spray it a little bit as they pop up. Hasn't been a big problem. I added some native verbenas right here. Look at these cuties for a little pop of color. Left some of my bromeliad at a feeder. Some are panthas. This is the front. Did a little cactus slash bath spot right here. Look at this. Some more. We'll see how it does because this is a shady spot. These are full of flowers. Kept it there since the summer. It's doing well, but since it's still not sunny, they didn't open yet. But begonias right here, Florida friendly. Some ground orchid, bamboo orchid. This one, I forgot the name right now. It's morning. But yeah, it needs a little fertilizing to keep it pretty, but it gives it a beautiful addition to the other native plants that has a lot of structure and foliage, but not big of a pop of colors. So another one for the hummingbird. Another Eagleton holly right here. Some more Walter's viburnum, schwarlings, Walter viburnum. Then we have the kunti in the front here. More mealy grass, so you can imagine how things will grow. Added a light fixture, an agave right there, just for color and contrast and texture. More of the viburnum. Got some rocks to complete the look. And I planted St. John's wort right here too because I love the shape in the back. So this is our dream come true. Was inspired by another fellow Florida gardener. And we're so happy with the accomplishment. We did it all by ourselves. So with a little elbow grease, tender loving care, we could all do this. And it's a trial and error. You do what you can, you know. Just go out there. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I say that all the time, even with plants. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't do well. And you just know. Because although I do researches on like sun and water, it's just hard here in Florida. So I try my best. Just try your best. And you see, it will be rewarding, especially when you see wildlife coming to your yard. So this is the other part of the yard. Put another rock right there just for some contrast and pick up some of the rocks here. Our intention was to make the pathway go towards the back on this side too. So this is the other side, like I was mentioning. St. John's wort, added a stone here. Some more hollies right here, so you can imagine all the shapes. I'm gonna try to leave this part of the yard a little bit more formal. Another agave there just to complement that one there. Some kuntis back here that's been here in the yard. Firebush right here for some color and contrast. Mealy grass doing beautifully here. If you saw it this October, it was just gorgeous pink. So beautiful. This reminds me of fall here in Florida, because my favorite season is fall, and we don't have a lot of fall changes here in Florida, although I see with a positive way. You know, mealy grass reminds me of fall, and the cypress and the changing of colors. And we do have some maples that are native here that will change colors, but just not enough to give the impact. But my Simpson stopper that I said is doing lovely. This one is a lot larger than the one in the back, so I don't know why. I bought it from different places, but my Espie Simpson stopper right there too, doing well. And this is how the house is looking. And finally we completed our landscaping. The original plan was to, like I said, run pathway towards the back here too, but they didn't allow us to do that. And then add Zebo palm, cabbage palm, one on here, and another tree right there, and another palm somewhere here, and extend this way a little bit. The city property, and the city has to do the planting. But we're grateful for what we have. I can't wait for these plants to grow. It gave our front yard such a great character, not only grass. If you have to have it, fine, but be responsible, fertilize it at the right time. So here is how it looks from the front. So I hope this video inspires you to go out there, get planting, be creative, look around, learn from others like I've been learning, and make your yard more bird friendly, pollinator friendly, environmental friendly. You receive a lot of joy from it. You feed the birds, and they in exchange will put a great smile on your face. So get out there and learn from your mistakes and keep planting. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. I know it was a little bit longer, but I wanted to show all the plants I have growing so you can have an idea. And I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos. Bye. That little bird. He thinks that's his nest. Doesn't let the cardinal eat. Look at him. And my friend is back. My joy and pride. Cardinal likes seeds. He likes the sunflowers, but he does eat my jaboticabas. So I think I can compromise, give you some seeds so you can leave my jaboticaba alone. He likes the berries that he can't have. I'll share. The thing is that they eat. They go and they take a little nib on it, and then I'll leave the rest of the fruit. But he loves his seeds.